L Kanodia, the Vice Chairman and CEO of the company, joins in now. Hi Rahul, afternoon. First, if you could tell us what the company exactly does, and if any of your robotic applications or any of the products that you have, are they in any way feeding into India's financial technology market, the payments, the whole digitization drive? Would you be a beneficiary?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. So some of our robotic solutions do fit into the BFSI sector, and they've seen excellent traction in that segment. In terms of what Datamatics does, we are focused on what we call data to intelligence. And a lot of our solutions are using artificial intelligence to automate solutions, to take micro decisions by themselves. And therefore, that's where the robotics fits in, that's where the analytics fits in. And that's where a lot of data management solutions fit in.
So who are your top clients, if you could tell us, and what percentage of your revenues are catering to India's financial technology market?
Our top clients are mostly international large companies, whether they're insurance companies or banks, some manufacturing companies as well. Our revenues from the Indian financial market is probably in the range of about maybe 5 or 6%.
All right, Rahul, so in terms of this entire digital push that we're seeing in our country, do you expect that percentage to go up from around 5 to 6%? And you're saying that you get a lot of business coming in internationally. So just break that up for us, domestic as well as international business.
So international business is about 95% today. Domestic business is about 5%.
Okay.
A lot of the domestic business is in the BFSI sector.
Okay.
So pretty much all of it, almost all of the 5% would be in that segment.
All right, but what about the digital?
Forward, we do see growth in the domestic market in India.
Okay.
It's not that the international market is not growing for us, but yes, we do see a growth in the domestic market.
Okay. Have you, your solutions are given to the top banks in India, the PSU private banks? Any names?
I don't think it would be appropriate to give names, but several of the top banks.
Have you seen an increase in the last 2 months itself? Or are we exaggerating the benefit?
In fact, we are the only Indian company that has an IP around this product. Some of our competitors are international. None of the Indian companies have intellectual property around robotics and analytics the way we do.
Okay. No, but what we were trying to get at is in the last 2 months or in the last few months, what has been the incremental increase that you've seen from the India BFSI space, given you've got an IP, given the applications that you have? What has been the growth and what kind of opportunity does it open up in the future?
Sure. We've seen very, very good traction, a lot of excitement, a lot of business inquiries, and very good discussions with customers. Now, these solutions take time between anywhere from 2 months to maybe 8, 9 months to implement. So in terms of revenue, in 2 months, you will not see a spike. But we see a lot of traction happening with customers, both in insurance as well as banking.
All right, Rahul, but what can that opportunity be? And then what kind of a stake can you take in that particular pie? That's my first part of the question. And you're sounding so optimistic, so confident about the business internationally, domestically, as well as is likely to grow. We haven't seen any growth in the last few years. Can we see some growth coming in the next couple of years?
Absolutely.
What could be the revenue number maybe by 2020?
So I don't think it would be appropriate for me to make any such statement because that would be a forward-looking statement. But I know that we have a first-mover advantage, and therefore we have an edge over most of the other Indian companies. Many other Indian companies that are doing robotics, for example, are partnering with international players, whereas we have our own, and that gives us an advantage when we're servicing domestic customers.
Okay. What's the future growth strategy going to look like? The last few years have been spent in consolidation. What's the outlook in terms of, is it going to be a 20% growth type of a company? Is it going to be a 30% type of a growth company? Give us some sense about the next 5 years.
Sure. When you look at both organic and inorganic, the industry is growing at about 11%, plus or minus a little bit. We should track between 15 to 20 over the next 5 years consistently.
All right, Rahul, thanks so much for joining us. So 15 to 20% growth is what we like to see over the next few years. Good to know. Last